Bluff City Media presents the No Bluffing Podcast. Stepping up to the microphone are your hosts, Christian Ingram and Evan Hayes. Now, let's get to the show.
Chris Nation, what's going on? I am Chris Ingram.
And I am Evan Hayes.
And this is the No Bluffing Podcast, where we keep it all the way real, all the way raw, and all the way honest about everything Grizzlies, man. Woo, we got a good one for y'all, man. I'm glad to be back. Was sick last week. Had to put some PTO in, so shout out to my guy, Coach for filling in. I was in the behind the scenes, as y'all know, kind of working the controls or whatever. But, man, my voice was sounding like crap. I ain't had no energy, couldn't talk for long at all, so man, Evan, appreciate y'all holding it down last week for sure.
Most def.
We got some live reactions of some BS that's going on right now.
Bro, I was like, no! My reaction was no!
Oh, my God.
Why?
No.
Why us, bro? Bro, you had one job. Mark Andrews. You had one job.
Not clutch, brother.
You had one job, bro.
Not clutch.
Wide open, bro.
Man.
Wide open.
Golly.
He can't catch a break, bro.
This is supposed to be the year.
It's supposed to be the year, and now that's game. They just got a first down.
For those that don't know what we talk about, obviously we are recording live on Sunday night on X. Y'all getting exclusive on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call that. If you are tapping in with us early. If not, you'll be catching this Monday at 6. This will be actually after the Grizzly game. So, man, dang, that kind of sucked. Maybe, you know what? We might do an early drop tomorrow.
Early upload. Yeah. Because don't the game start at 2 or 3?
It's an early game. You're going to have probably the post game, I'm guessing, after that. And hearing us talk about some stuff that's old after that.
Yeah, it's probably not going to work.
We might drop this one early. That's for sure. So
yeah, the game tomorrow starts at 1:30. It's a 1:30 tip. So we got to drop it like at 12.
Early, probably, if not earlier than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we were live reacting. We tried to push it off a little bit to catch the end of that Baltimore Buffalo Bills game, and yeah, Mark Andrews, after the touchdown was thrown in, 2-point conversion, they need to tie it, and he didn't get the catch. He couldn't secure it, man. So I'm really irritated, man. We're gonna talk about NFL in a second, man. But before we do that, make sure y'all give us a follow on X. Obviously, if y'all are watching us right now, y'all probably do follow us. But if you don't, hit that follow button because we are going live on the BCM page, on our personal pages and the pod page as well. Before we jump into that, man, Evan, you back in the dorm room. This is your second week.
Well, first full week because I got here last Thursday. Last Thursday. So now this is I've been here 10 days. So it's Thursday to Sunday. Yeah. 10 days. So yeah.
How you feeling, bro? How you adjusting to a new city, man?
It's definitely a new city, new state, new people, new campus. It's been some growing pains. Everybody been cool though. Like, the people have been very cool. We're just learning all the buildings, learning where to get my parking pass, my meal voucher, where the athletic facilities, like all that. It's just learning everything. Like right now, all I know is how to get back to my dorm, to the campus. That's all I know right now. I've been here for 10 days. But no, it's been cool. The adjustment has been nice. Just meeting new people. You know, I went to my first A&M basketball game yesterday. We have homecoming, but we also have like our big rivalry game versus Alabama State. Who was in Birmingham. Obviously, they played Alabama State yesterday. It was a fanfare all over the place. Like the girls' game was packed, the guys' game was packed. Deion Sanders was actually in the building. I was actually like 5 feet away from his daughter.
Played. Yeah.
Shalomi.
Okay.
I actually met her during the week. Actually, I met because she was in the facility getting some treatment done, and I just ran in. So I was like, "Oh, what's up, gang? My name's Evan." She was like, "Oh," so that was cool. Just on some impromptu stuff. So Deion Sanders was at the game, so that was cool. James Bradbury for the Eagles. He was there yesterday because he's from Alabama. It was just a lot of people. They was just packed. It's just a different atmosphere. I can't really like quantify and explain.
HBCU different from
like
out there in the mountains, ain't it?
It's way
different.
Like it's like I wouldn't say a
cookout
culture
every weekend.
for real. Like it's literally a party. Like I've never been at a basketball game where it just felt like a party. Like during the whole basketball game, like in between timeouts, they playing line dance. People in the aisles dancing, like people on the sideline of court. Like they had an MC during the whole game, like just commenting on. Like I thought that was something you only saw like at Rucker Park in New York or something. Just a dude on the mic.
One mixtape.
Yeah, for real. That's why. But that was so it's been dope, bro. Just everybody been cool. Getting acclimated with the team. That's been cool. It's a few folks from Memphis here, so I've been able to tap in with them. So I still got definitely some things to learn. Want to get out there and meet more people. But it's been smooth so far. It's absolutely, I'm not in the dorm, I'm in an apartment. So, I got my own kitchen and all that. So y'all seen it's a little bit nicer over here. So now it's been smooth, bro. It's been a long week. I'm just tired just from moving in, meeting people and all that. Because I keep having to explain that I'm a 20-year-old grad student, and that just blows people's mind for some reason. Yeah. So I keep having to explain that, but it's kind of annoying. But it is what it is. But now it's been cool. Just a lot of new. It's a lot of new. A whole lot of new. But it's been cool though. Yeah, I think it's just gonna make me grow, just like how Milligan made me grow. I feel like this is another situation that's gonna make me grow. So I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, bro, I'll keep y'all updated because y'all be going through this journey right with me because this is in live time. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. But yeah, it's been cool. But how was your week though? From last time we talked last week, but you was sick and all that. But how you feeling now? Since I checked in with you throughout the week, but how you feeling?
Yeah, man. Whatever this is, bro, that's going around, man. Y'all be careful because everybody that I try to describe it to, I tell them like, this ain't COVID. It's something else. I don't know. Maybe in the next couple months, like when the vid first popped off, it was like 3-4 months before we knew actually what it was called. It had a name and a face to it, and stuff started happening. I got a feeling that's kind of what's about to happen again. Because this stuff here ain't nothing to play with. It had me down probably about down probably about a good 4-5 days. Bounce back. You probably can still hear it in my voice a little bit. I got some stuff that's coming out still. But I've been able to get up off the couch and live this past week. So that's been good. But the family, they thought I kind of kept it away from them. It didn't. So it's still been in the house. Thought they was on the other side as of this morning. And it looked like my baby, she ain't even one, she'll be one next month. Seemed like she going the other way, the opposite direction. So probably gonna take her to the doctor tomorrow, bro. But again, I don't know what this is, but y'all be safe out there. Be careful. Whether you believe in masks or not, I ain't
wash your hands.
Wash your hands, wash your ass, wash everything.
All that.
This ain't nothing to play with for real. This is probably the sickest I've ever been. Like for real. Like I've dealt with stuff my whole life, obviously, but this was the worst.
But did you ever have COVID? Did you have COVID?
I had it 3 times. I had it 2021 was the first time I got it. So I went the whole 2020 without getting it. Almost the whole 2021 without getting it. I got it literally the last week of 2021. So I didn't get the I hate to say this because people lost their life, but I didn't get the extreme batch of COVID. I didn't get the fresh batch when it first got popped off.
Yeah.
So when I got it, it was just kind of feel like a cold. I did all the remedies, and honestly, I was fine. I didn't get, again, this ain't no political podcast, but I didn't get no shots or nothing. I just kind of dealt with it, naturally. And I think I may have got it 2 times after that initial one, and it was just like a normal cold.
Yeah.
This stuff right here ain't.
It's different. Yeah. I feel. I get his area because I had COVID, and I really remember COVID being the worst I've ever felt in my life. And because I told you I was sick 2 weeks ago, probably the same thing you had. It's just it hits everybody differently, because when I had COVID, oh my gosh, I had COVID on Christmas and I could not move. I hated my life. I had COVID on Christmas. I was so mad. My folk had to give me my presents in my room. I was mad.
You did tell me that y'all was
yeah. I said, it hit me first. And then hit my dad. And then my dad got sick, and my brother and my mama got sick. Then I got my girl sick, so that was a whole thing. So yeah, she was.
I'm gonna tell you how I knew my wife had what I had, bro.
Yeah.
When I was dealing with it, I was on the couch and I was sitting there. I couldn't do anything but shake my body. That's how bad my body was hurting.
Yeah, you was just yeah.
That's the only thing I could do to just kind of make it through. I walked in on her in the bedroom, bro. Her leg was literally just shaking back and forth. I said, yeah, she got exactly what I had.
Yeah.
I knew it then.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, this ain't nothing to play with, bro. So
Nah,
yeah, y'all be safe, bro. I know this ain't no we ain't doctors or nothing like that, but man, please take care of yourself, please. Whatever this is, just take your body.
Be safe, bro.
All that. Be safe out there for real.
Facts.
Well, let's jump into this football, bro. We ain't got much news for y'all today. We are gonna talk about the NFL topics to talk about. My boy Jaren Jackson is back. I can't wait. Oh my God, to see him with Ja Morant. And we also gonna talk about some Jaren Jackson, just his emergence, bro, of what he's been able to show this year. We're gonna get into that as well in our main topics. But before we do that, our main topic of the news today is gonna really just kind of break down this NFL playoffs, give y'all our reactions of what's been going on throughout the league, man. So first of all, we down to the conference finals at this point, I guess you could say.
AFC NFC Championship.
Yep. So on Saturday we had two decent games. We had the Chiefs. Good God, why is everything leaving me right now?
The Chiefs in Houston. The Chiefs play Houston.
Chiefs in Houston, and
this man
Detroit
tweaking
and the Commanders.
Yeah, this man is.
I'm tweaking
for real.
And then early Sunday, we had the Eagles versus. Dang, I'm losing everything right now.
Sam, are you good? Okay. For everyone,
you do it. Yeah.
Okay. So yesterday,
I'm sick. I got something. I got an excuse. Go ahead, brother. You got it.
Yesterday, the Kansas City Chiefs played the Houston Texans, and then the Eagles played the Rams, and then the Bills played the Ravens, and the Commanders played the Lions. So
who the Eagles played? I missed it.
The Rams, the Los Angeles Rams. You watched the game, Chris. What is going on?
And then still can't remember. Oh my God. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, Chris. Okay, for everyone know, the AFC Championship game is set. It will be the Kansas City Chiefs at home playing against the Buffalo Bills. And in the NFC, it will be the Philadelphia Eagles playing the NFC East rivals, the Washington Commanders. So for Chris and everyone at home, what was your thoughts on the AFC and NFC playoffs, and who do you have going to the Super Bowl now that the playoffs is set?
Man, thank you for dragging me, bro. I don't know what the hell just happened. I had a big break.
But blinked out for real.
I'm really tired of seeing Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes every playoffs. I am. But you got to beat the man to beat the man, and apparently these are the guys. This is why they hot. They're going to continue to do what they do until somebody decides to take the throne. My boy Lamar cannot get over the hump. He had Derrick Henry. Receiving core wasn't the best, but I mean, he gonna do what he gonna do. And at the end of the game, you can only pray that the dude just catch the ball, Mark Andrews, and we go in overtime and see what happens. But it was kind of slow seeing them two snow games. I was telling my wife, like, obviously she didn't play football. I did. I guess the fans get off on seeing rain games and snow games, things like that. But as a player, that stuff is not fun, bro.
Yeah,
it's not fun at all. Like, it's not really, at that point, that game ain't about skill. And I get it, man, you want ego. What's that stuff called? Gladiator mentality. You know what I'm saying? You want to go out there and dominate your opponent. But like, we slipping and falling, bro. We looking stupid out here. Like, this is not real. This ain't really skilled football. So like, I hate to see them both games just be snowed out like that. Yesterday was definitely a lot better. I'm petitioning for the NFL to go all domes, please. Like, you can open up the dome if it's good weather, but otherwise close that stuff up, bro. That's so. I hate that.
Yeah, the quality of football. The quality of football definitely dips when the elements get involved in it, for sure. Quick.
I mean, games like this for sure. So, Pat Mahomes, great. Dude. I'm thinking. I'm just gonna save you time at this point. I think it's gonna be a repeat of last year. I believe it was last year. Pat Mahomes versus Jalen Hurts. So it was a year before that.
Yeah, it was last year. You're right. It was last year. Wait, no, it was the 49ers last year. Never mind. It was the 49ers last year. And then the Eagles was the year before that.
You sure?
It was the Eagles, then the 49ers.
Well, either way, it'll be
the 49ers last year,
a rematch of one of the last 2 years between Jalen Hurts and Pat Mahomes. That's what I got. I don't think now Josh Allen is looking good. The Bills are hitting and firing on all cylinders for real. They are. But I just don't think Pat gonna get to that type of atmosphere and nut up and not make it to another Super Bowl. Who will win that Super Bowl? Jalen Hurts gonna have to be healthy. AJ Brown got to get his head out of his ass. and go play football. Stop being a fool and watching and reading books on the sideline.
Oh my gosh, bro.
But that's who I got. You know, when it all failed. Jaden Daniels had a great season. In my opinion, you done there got to give the rookie of the year to him.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Even though Bo Nix
you're biased because of Bo Nix. You're biased.
Bo Nix had better stats than Pat Mahomes.
Yeah. Bo Nix did have a great season. It probably didn't look the same because Commanders were such a poverty franchise before. Like, at least y'all have had some decent success in the past few years.
No, bro, we've been sorry as hell.
Y'all,
I ain't gonna give you that one. Now, the Commanders been sorrier for longer.
That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all won a Super Bowl in the last decade. Like, come on.
And then was shit after that. Been trying to find we've been on Lamar trying to pick up quarterbacks for the last 10 years and they ain't been doing nothing.
Paxton Lynch, Trevor Siemian, Russell Wilson. I can keep going down the list.
Whoever you want to play. I get it. They are like that's like the Minnesota Timberwolves not going to the playoffs for like 20 years. They go and then they trade their best player. You know, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. They need something to root for. So it's close though, but I'm gonna give it to Jaden McDaniels, bro. But Jaden
McDaniels is crazy, bro.
Who you got, bro? My bad. I'm tweaking. I'm sick. I'm just making it through.
Lock in.
I got you.
Okay, but to my reactions, number one, I wanted this to be the first year ever that we have 4 black quarterbacks in the championship game, and unfortunately, it's not all Lamar Andrews because there's a lot of plays that lead up to that pass, but I just wanted Lamar to get this. I'm a Patrick Mahomes fan. Like, I like Patrick Mahomes. Like, I would like to see a 3P, but I want this to be Lamar's year to win the big one, go to the Super Bowl and all that. So my heart breaks for him because even like I'm looking at the stats right now, he went 18 for 25, 254 yards and a touchdown, but he had those 2 turnovers. He just didn't. It wasn't his best game overall. He didn't make the plays throughout the game. Last 2 drives, he looked great. Last 2 drives of the game, he looked like Lamar Jackson. He looked like the pseudo MVP, but the picks that he threw, it was just wasn't a game of him. The Chiefs in Texans game, I watched it, but I wasn't there because I knew the Chiefs were going to win. I have to shout out CJ Stroud in Texas for having a pretty decent year despite all the injuries with Tank Dell and Stephon Diggs. If you really look at the Texans, because I like CJ Stroud because coming from he went to Ohio State, they are an offensive line away from being a really good freaking team because they have a good receiving core.
They have their skill guys healthy.
Yeah, I'm like that's what I'm saying. They have a good receiving core when their guys are healthy. They have a great defense. But CJ Stroud he keeps getting hit, and we don't want another Andrew Luck situation where a young promising quarterback just keeps getting hit. Joe Burrow, he went to the Super Bowl one year, but every other year Joe Burrow has been the top 5 in the league against sacks. Please protect CJ Stroud. Like I can't stand to see another young talented quarterback keep his career keep getting short because he's getting injured. Eagles game, probably my favorite game of the whole weekend, honestly. Well, of course, the best game was, of course, the Commanders and Detroit. That was the best quality game the whole weekend because it was like combined 60-some points in the first half. It was a whole lot going on. But just as an Eagles fan, and I want to see Saquon again, just like I want Lamar Jackson. I want to see Saquon. I want to see the Eagles and the Ravens. I wanted that Super Bowl. Like I wanted Saquon to get his, and I wanted Lamar to get his. But accordingly, I can't be a happy football fan. But I love just watching Saquon work. He carried that team today. Like the defense played well, but it was unsafe, especially after Jalen Hurts got hurt. He hurt his knee. Yeah, I really hope he's healthy by next week because they may mess around and lose if Jalen Hurts isn't healthy. So yeah, that was a pleasing game. But again, what's up, Melvin? And this is Josh Bill. I'm not betting against that boy number 15, man. You're right. This is a better chance, but in a championship game in Arrowhead, I'm not betting against number 15. I don't care what happens. As long as number 15, number 87, Andy Reid is still at the helm, I'm not betting against him.
I just pray it don't snow because if it snow, Josh might have it.
Yeah, if it snow, hey, it may. The Bills may know how to play. But going to the Commanders game, definitely Jaden Daniels has had a phenomenal rookie season. Just doing a complete 180 from what the Commanders was last year and going through coaching changes and all that. Like he's playing great. So I love to see another black quarterback prospering. Was I surprised by the result? Honestly, yes, I was. So I feel like it's going to be an entertaining NFC Championship game, but not as entertaining as I thought it would have been. Because right now, like you said, I have the Eagles and the Chiefs. And unfortunately or fortunately, depending on who you say, I have the Chiefs completing the three-peat because there is no one I trust more in the ball of their hands than number 15. The only dude I thought could beat them was playing in this game, but he's not in the playoffs anymore. I thought the Ravens had the team, and Lamar was playing at a level to beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. They had the best shot. They had Derrick Henry. They had a great defense. They had Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, everybody. They're at the playoffs. I don't see anyone else beating the Chiefs. And you said a thing about like them playing each other. This is the fourth. It'll be the fourth time that Mahomes and Allen played each other. That's the second most all time. That's the second most all time when it comes to quarterback matchups. And they're not even in their 10th year yet. The top one is Manning and Brady. They played each other 5 times, and they played 15 plus years each. So imagine in 15 years how many times we gonna see Mahomes and Allen.
Did I hear? They said CJ Stroud has more wins in the playoffs than Lamar. Is that correct?
Lamar has 2, I believe, and CJ Stroud has 2. So yeah, no, I think they're tied on.
They tied, man. God,
yeah, because Lamar has 2. Because every year Lamar's either got bounced in the first round or he's had a bye, but he's won 2 years. So yeah, they're tied.
He got man, golly, bro.
And I love Lamar, but the facts are what they are. Like you've made it to one AFC Championship game. Wait, no, they made the AFC. Yeah, they made it to one AFC Championship game last year. And wait, did they make AFC Championship game last year? I know they played the Chiefs last year.
I want to say they did. I want to say they did.
Yeah. So yeah, one. Oh, because remember one of those games Lamar was hurt. It was a playoff game and he was hurt, and that's why it's 2 wins because it was one of them years that he was hurt that first round game. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, so that's why he has 2 wins. So yeah. Anyway, Lamar can't get over the hump, and like as a Lamar fan, you can't say he is the best quarterback in the league, even though he plays like it when he just can't get over the hump. Like as big as a Lamar fan, I can't. You just simply can't say it. Yeah. You just can't when you have Mahomes and Allen doing it on a more consistent base than you. And now you can't give the excuse that Lamar didn't have the team around him. This is on paper the best team he's had in all his years of being here. He had a top 3 running back. He had a top 5, top 3 receiving core. He had a top 2 great tight ends, not just 1, 2 great tight ends with Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews. Are always good defense. You have a great coach. Like, I don't know where Lamar goes from here, man. I really don't. Like the narratives would eat him up.
Check and try to figure it out. I mean, that's all he can do at this point. But them 2 dudes, man, god dog, bro.
It's something I don't know, man.
Them 2 dudes, Pat and freaking Josh Allen, bro. Golly.
And Josh Allen didn't play that good of a game. He just didn't turn the ball over.
That's it.
He just didn't turn the ball over.
That's all it come down to.
He managed the game. He didn't turn the ball over. And he put the ball in his players' hands when they needed to. Like he managed the game better than Lamar. That's what it came down to. And for some reason, Lamar just in the playoffs can't manage the games properly. I don't know.
I don't know, dog.
And you can't even run through the same thing with LA high agrees from.
Yeah, bro. We get on the high and then we be on mega lows, bro. Mega lows. At the Palmer, I think that's when we had, what was it? Was it Cal Orton? Is that what his name was? Mm-hmm. I can't remember him. I know he went out to whoever he was. He went out to Chicago with the Bears, stayed with him for a minute. I know that's not his name. It's not Cal Orton. I'll think of his name after the break. I know we had the Tebow situation, and it's what I missed. We got our franchise guy, man. Yeah, we're gonna go get some receivers this offseason. We got something for y'all ass next year. Man, real quick. No, I ain't even talking about the Titans.
Say it.
No, I'm not.
No, not the Titans. I don't want to talk about the Titans. I don't like the Titans. I don't care what happens. I don't care. I really don't want to, because if they draft Shadur, Cam, or Travis, I'm gonna have to be forced to be a Titans fan. I just don't like the Titans, and I'm gonna have to. I don't know. It's just they not from Memphis, man. And they just always so mediocre to me. Like they
ain't like the Seattle Seahawks because of Russell Wilson corn ass, and you want to talk about they ain't get out of here, bro. Get out of here.
In my lifetime, what have the Titans done?
Mr. Unlimited,
in my lifetime,
his corn, man, watch out.
Man, when I was growing up, Russell Wilson was cool before he started doing all the other stuff.
Stop. He was never cool.
He was winning football games and winning Super Bowls, man.
Like Russell Williams. Nobody.
He was winning football games. He was winning football games and winning Super Bowls, bro. Going to NFC Championship games. That's what he was doing.
I give him that.
Yeah, he was winning NFC Championship.
But you're right.
We was winning when I was growing up. It was him. It was him, Brady, and Manning. Those are the three best quarterbacks that I grew up watching. Think about when I'm 20. Think about the era I grew up in.
Putting Russ in there even. I mean, he was cool, but
okay. Who you put down, Big Ben? Who'd you put Big Ben above him?
Yes.
Okay, Big Ben. Matt Ryan won one MVP. Maybe Matt Ryan. Maybe Matt Ryan. I'm not putting Ryan Tannehill above him of like the early 2010s. Nah. Mike Vick wasn't in his prime when I was growing. Even though I love Mike Vick, he wasn't in his prime when I was growing up. Nah. Who else was like a really cold like?
Hey, he just wasn't in that conversation.
That's top five. He was a top 5 quarterback when I was alive. When I was growing up, you got to give him that. Top 5, like come on with Brady, Manning, Roethlisberger, Rodgers. Gotta say Rodgers. Yeah, that's 4. Who else you putting above him? Of like the early 2010s, in the 2010s era, late 2000s, early 2010s. You ain't putting no one else above Russ in that. You not.
I want to put Deshaun over him. I mean, nah.
No, you can't put Deshaun over him.
Deshaun was coming. He was coming.
He was coming. Then he started acting weird. Then he plummeted. He stopped. He forgot how to play football. So yeah, Russ is a top 5. I got you. Russ is a top 5 quarterback of my generation, bro. It's simple as that. Simple as that. If
I'm gonna have my name for you on the other end of this break. Wow.
Yeah, think of you're not putting Phillip Rivers over him. You're not putting him. Who else you putting? You're not putting Phillip Rivers over.
I actually might put Phillip Rivers over.
You're not putting Phillip Rivers over Russell Wilson. Oh my gosh, no, you're not.
I might do it,
bro. No, you're not, bro. That man had no playoff success at all. Like he barely did anything in the playoffs. The only person I give you is Eli Manning because he won 2 Super Bowls, but he was a terrible regular. He wasn't that good in the regular season. The only person I may give you is Eli Manning. That's the only person I may give you.
Russ had Pete Carroll and the Legion of Boom. I mean, he ain't out there just he wasn't out there just carrying either. He Marshawn Lynch, like he wasn't just carrying. So we can throw these other names in if we want to, but if you swap the quarterbacks and the teams,
if
I have somebody else's name for you.
The only person I accept is Eli Manning. If it ain't Eli Manning, I ain't trying to hear. But you can think. You can think.
Yeah, I don't.
Only reason I get it because he won 2 Super Bowls. Only reason I get it because he won.
Eli. Who's the basketball version of Eli Manning?
But they have to win it. If they have to win it, I don't want to say Kawhi. That's disrespect to Kawhi because Kawhi's actually good in the regular season. Who's won a championship, multiple championships at that? Of Eli, because Eli was subpar. He was never an All-Pro. He's never once been an All-Pro. Never once. He's never once been at least Russ has been an All-Pro. At least Aaron Rodgers been Aaron Rodgers got 4 MVPs. Man, I'm trying to think who would be equivalent. That's like slow or like subpar, but he's won championships. I can't say Kawhi. I can't say I'm trying to think not Melo, because Melo never won any championship. Melo was a bucket.
I don't even know if this
Paul Pierce? Paul Pierce?
Nah.
Paul Pierce won that code. Like he got a chip, but he wasn't like you never thought Paul.
Don't say that. Don't.
You never thought Paul.
I'm gonna stop you now. Now you're getting crazy. Paul Pierce was that guy, bro. He was the truth for a reason. Now he didn't get over the hump because he was out there low key drowning for a long time. But I ain't gonna let you put that on him. No, bro.
Maybe I'm showing my age because all I remember my memories of Paul Pierce is him going to basketball with LeBron, and because we won that championship in 08, I was 4. I didn't know I barely knew what basketball was at that point. But he was raw, bro. But he was always under Kobe. He was under LeBron. He was never like a top 5 player in the league. You feel me? So that's why I say Eli Manning. He was never the best small forward in the league ever, or best wing in the league.
Like Paul George, and I'm not talking about games, but he was definitely in that top 5 small forward consistently every year. No matter what you know Paul gonna. I mean, and the guard was rocking, bro, in the playoffs. I don't know, bro. No, I can't put that on him. That's a good question, though. We're going to figure this one out.
That's the only person I think of. It's not Paul.
No, it's not Paul. I promise you, that ain't him. But I can't think of who else. I'm finna say something like Tim Duncan, but he's like one of the.
Nah, you can't do that. You can't. He's the greatest power football. Got 5 chips, MVPs. Nah. 15-time all defensive team. Nah, you can't do that. You can't do that.
No.
I'm telling you, bro. I think Paul Pierce, bro. That's
your Prince.
Look at that. Nah. That's disrespectful. Nah. That's hella disrespectful. Nah.
Tayshaun Prince, I got another conversation for him. He need to get something together in the front office. But I'm gonna talk about that.
Tayshaun Prince is a champion, but he wasn't the best player on that team. Charles Billups and Rip Hamilton and Ben Wallace was driving that team. He was a good complimentary piece. Like Eli Manning won Super Bowl MVP twice and beat Brady twice. So that's why I say Paul Pierce. Carl Pierce beat Kobe. Like it makes sense, bro.
No.
He beat the best player of his time. He beat Brady. Paul Pierce beat Kobe.
I mean, from that perspective, maybe. But like when we talking about a guy that was literally, like you said, never all pro. He was never top 5 quarterback statistically. Like if Eli's name wasn't Manning, bro, you may not even really know who this guy is after his playing career. Like that's how just mid he was. On and off the field, like
he said, on and off.
He's just a mid-ass person, bro. Like just mid, all around mid, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to think though. Like
Reggie, like he was Reggie as hell.
Reggie Miller is crazy as hell.
Oh,
Reggie Miller is
talking about people that smoke weed.
Oh,
Reggie is bad weed.
Yeah.
Oh, he was Reggie as hell. Like, no.
That's funny. Y'all put me in the comments, bro. Who would y'all equate Eli Manning to in NBA terms? Like someone that was mid, but he had good playoff success. So y'all let us know if y'all can think of him. I say Paul Pierce, but clearly I'm showing my age. No, bro. Chris Benz was not the best player on that team. Like Eli Manning won Super Bowl MVP twice. Like, what did you understand about that?
Who cares?
Against Brady. Against Tom freaking Brady. Tom Brady would have 9 rings. Tom Brady would have 9 rings right now if it weren't for Eli Manning. Think about that. He would have 9 rings right now.
It's a fact.
If it was not for
that's a good question.
It's Paul Pierce.
It ain't Paul, bro. No, it's not Paul, bro.
Paul Pierce beat Kobe. Kobe would have 6 rings right now if it weren't for Paul Pierce.
But he was mid.
He was good. He wasn't elite. He was very, very good. Just like Eli Manning was never elite.
Man.
I'm telling y'all.
We're going to figure this one out. We're going to figure it out.
We went off on a whole NFL tangent. I ain't even mean to, but I appreciate y'all. We live. That's the whole thing live. So. We want the whole top 5 quarterbacks of the 2020s conversation.
We went all over the
board. This agrees to podcast, y'all. We swear. We promise y'all this agrees to podcast. Y'all may not think, but it's agrees to podcast. We finna get into the grease talk.
Yep. On the other side of the break, man, we got Gigi Jackson and Jaren Jackson talk coming for you. Y'all stay tuned.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm excited for the Grizzlies can be. As you mentioned, you guys are dealing with a lot of injuries, but that's kind of what excites you because you've seen a lot of guys like make a name for themselves. I think Jalen Wells has been like, I'm just like wowed by him. I think he was a guy that I didn't know much about. And so kind of seeing him like come into this like fold and like being a starter. And like, I think you're going to have to answer a lot of hard questions, especially healthy again. When you have so many guys that you can like plug and play like that makes it where it's like, oh, this team could be really good. And Zach Edey, I know from being a Grizzlies fan in Memphis, like the big has always been, that puzzle piece that we've been trying to figure out what it's like, and will Zach Edey as a rookie be good? Seeing him play last night, it was like, especially when you think about like we were undersized, but how Zach Edey as a rookie can like dominate that area, and seeing the connection and the chemistry that he already has with Ja Morant is, to me, that excites me for like what is to come.
Tune in to The Anthony Sane Show, Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
And let's give Jack Arabia a shout out. I know he catches a lot of flack, but he's had a great week since that contract to get renewed. Even that night against Milwaukee, he had a good game. So
since Halloween,
I think he has the highest plus minus on the team, and he's been a plus in every single game since the first loss to the Nets. He's been a positive on the court ever since then. So
I mean, he's been the most. Is it weird that he's been the most reliable guy that we've had out there? The growth that Jake has shown just in a season's length of games is really impressive, and considering how like bad he was, like when he got drafted, it's pretty impressive.
Right.
It might be one of the most impressive things Kleiman's done.
Tune into The Daily Grind with your host, Lute Hatmaker, every Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Welcome back to the No Bluffing Podcast, where we keep it all the way real, all the way raw, and all the way honest about everything Grizzlies. I am Chris Siggerman. To my right is my right hand man, Evan Hayes, man. And we got a lot to talk about. The two Jacksons on the team, man. We're going to pop it off with my favorite one. I'll keep my favorite player on this team. I ain't going to hold you. I got a lot of love and respect for Ja Morant, and he still is my favorite point guard in the NBA. But if I had to go, I'm gonna say 1B. I ain't gonna even do that. I'm gonna say 1B. My 1B favorite player on the team is returning, man. GG Jackson will be in the building tomorrow / today, this afternoon. If you're watching this on YouTube on Monday, he will be making his season debut with the Grizzlies against the Timberwolves, and I can't wait. I know he gonna have a little bit of rust, getting adjusted to the offense and stuff like that. But I'm super excited, man. He had a little stint down with the Memphis Hustle, where to me, I think he did what he's supposed to do, and we can talk a little bit about that as well. But before we get into it, all the details and the intricacies and all of that, let's talk about your excitement level of seeing GG back with his team, with his offense, with Ja Morant for the first time in his career. Just what you kind of expecting to see with GG coming back into the fold.
My excitement level is a 10 out of 10. If I had to rank my favorite Grizzlies, I feel like GG would be like number 4 for me. I love GG's game. He's put on a lot of muscle, and he's just like really just a good energy. He seemed like just a good energy to have around the team. He's on the floor. It seemed like guys like playing with him. Seemed like guys speak very highly of him. We've heard people speak highly about GG this whole time. So I'm just excited to have that camaraderie back on the floor. From a non-basketball perspective, from a basketball perspective, I feel like, because I've been saying from the jump, when Presley healthy, I feel like we are good to go. And now we are unlocking that other, I don't know, what's the good analogy I can say? The other weapon in our closet, that is GG Jackson. Because I genuinely feel like he is the key. Now, he's not going to be the best player, but I feel like he is the key to our championship puzzle. If he's healthy, I feel like from what I see him as being. So I'm excited, man. Like, I'm expecting him to be GG. Like you said, it's going to be some rust here and there. He's going to try to find his spots in the offense. But outside of German, I really see how he plays with Jalen Williams and how those minutes are distributed. Because we said before the season, we thought GG would be in that position. Now Jalen Williams has been who he was. So do we see him and GG playing together? Do we sub out for each other? Because I personally want to see them on the court together. Because we have a 6'8" Jalen Williams and a 6'10", dang near 6'11" GG Jackson. They can both put the ball on the floor, guard multiple positions, switch. They can both shoot the ball. Like, I think that's a very underrated thing that a lot of people have not talked about leading up to this. That him and Jalen Williams on the floor,
the wing rotation of the future.
Yeah,
like they both be starting next to each other. Like eventually,
I could see it. I could personally. I think you were the same, but I could personally see it. But I don't think people really.
You missing what I'm saying, ain't you?
You
had this whole argument about Bane coming off the bench. You remember that?
Shut up. We're not talking about that right now.
I just tossed you up in the well, but it's all good. Keep going. Keep going.
Shut up. We're not talking about that right now. I love you, Desmond, man. You playing very well. You're averaging like 22 in the month of January. So we love you, Desmond, man. Shut up.
Glad to have you back.
Shut up, Chris. We're not doing that right now. I want to see GG and Jalen play together. I don't care how they play together. I just want to see them play together. But anyways, I'm excited to see him down there with the G League. He averaged right under 21 points in like 30-something minutes, 6.7 rebounds, 3.3 assists. He looks good. He got a lot of shots up, but that's what I want him to do down there in the G League. He looked like he was the best player on the floor when he was playing, and that's what I want to see. So I feel like the Grizzlies definitely slow burn his recovery, and I feel like it's going to pay off because he looks good. Like, compared to Vince coming back, Vince looked out of shape. Like, even though I love Vince and I hope he comes back healthy, it's possible, but he didn't look game ready. Same thing when Smart came back a few times. Like, he didn't look ready. It took Smart a few games to start playing like his regular self, and God, knock on wood, he'll come back in shape. But Gigi looks in shape. His body looks great. His shot looks there. The handle's still tight. Like, he just looks like he's ready to go. I'm not saying there isn't going to be rust, but I'm expecting the next week or 2-3 weeks to a month, I expect Gigi Jackson to be the same type of weapon we saw him doing last year, just in a maybe different type of role, because last year he could get any shots he did. So I just hope his role being diminished, his confidence doesn't go down. Hope his aggressiveness doesn't go down. That's what I really want to see out of GG. Still being aggressive, still being confident, and his guys still finding him. Like you said, he hasn't played with Ja Morant yet. I really hope Ja tries to feature him. I know he will because he's a good point guard, but I'm just saying just for the sake of saying it. Ja's a good point guard. He's going to find him. He's just how he had to get a minute to find Edie and work Edie into the offense. It's probably gonna be like that for a few games with Gigi. But things with Gigi can create his own shot. Another thing, we have another shot creator on the floor. Yay, there's a shot creator because we didn't really have another one. We really didn't. Dez, I love you. You're one of my favorite players on the team, but you're not a shot creator like that. You're just simply not. Maybe you can add that to your bag in the offseason, but as of right now, I'm more confident with Gigi. If it's 10 seconds left in the shot clock, I want Gigi with the ball in his hands rather than you. None but love, my boy. But anyway, I'm excited for Gigi to come back. I really want to see if Gigi starts playing like how I think he's going to play, if he's going to move in the starting lineup compared to Jalen. But that's like a few weeks down the line. But just something to think about, you know. But that's what I got. That's what I got.
Yeah. I'm gonna start just kind of what I saw from that G League stint, bro. Because I watched almost every game that I could. I know it was only 3 games, I think, but
you don't play 3. Yeah.
The one that I mean, obviously the last one that he played was Saturday night, and you kind of got to see him just, you know, in his full bag, bro. You know, he was distributing the ball, he was rebounding the ball. He's not in running shape yet, like, you know, up and down, but that's gonna come the more you play, obviously. But his mind is still there, like his talent is there. And it was a lot of times where you saw him, you know, creating for himself, driving, getting to the rack. That stuff is just not going to leave a natural hooper, bro. And that's what I tweeted out when the Grizzlies played against shout out to my boy Coach Vaughn, co-hosting with us last week. Shout out to you, appreciate you tapping in, bro. One thing that I've been kind of keeping tabs of this, you know, on that West Coast road trip. But I finally tweeted about it against the Spurs. The Grizzlies don't have a lot of just athletic scoring type guys. Like, we don't. We got a bunch of guys that do, you know, multiple things well, all around type players. I would even go to say high IQ players on this team. But when you're talking about where the NBA is going, where the NBA is, and where the best teams have probably always been, they have multiple athletic scoring type guys. And I think
the rim. That can get like, above the rim. Yeah.
We've kind of like went away from that in the name of analytics, trying to shoot threes, hit threes, or be this particular type of team. You know, maybe we modeling ourselves out of the old San Antonio Spurs when you got literally the most athletic and exciting player in the whole NBA on your team. That's just kind of crazy to me. You think you would want to like surround him with more of those type of guys, you know what I'm saying? Those type of guys he can thrive with and they can thrive off of him. And so Gigi, for me, like coming back, obviously, again, one of my favorites from the day he got drafted. I mean, he was the guy that I wanted them to draft all along when we got him at 45. I'm going to find a video where when I figured out, I knew his name was Gigi Jackson. I did not know his name was Gregory Jackson II. So when they called it, I was like, bro, who the hell is that? And then when he showed his picture, I said, I just screamed like loud as hell. I was excited that's the guy that we got at 45. That was wild as hell to me. But him coming back in the fold is going to give Ja just a guy that he hasn't had, bro. Ja has not had a GG Jackson-esque player since he stepped foot in Memphis. Damn near ain't had a guy like that probably ever on his team that I can, just from the little snippets I've seen of high school and AAU and stuff like that. I haven't seen a guy like that. I've seen Zion Williamson, obviously. He can get up and dunk and catch alley-oops, but a guy that is literally 6'10" and can create his own shot, the prototypical small forward, just archetype. I ain't seen him with a guy like that.
No, the closest thing he had was Shaq Buchanan in Murray State, but he was small. He was like 6'4", 6'3".
Man, he was shorter than Ja.
He was short, like he's probably shorter than Ja, probably. But Shaq Buchanan, he could get above the rim and he was crazy on Shaq, but not on the level of GG at all. Yeah, like just Shaq Buchanan's a bucket. For everybody don't know who that is. He was Ja's running mate in Murray State, but G is levels to it, but not to like the same height, stature, and all that. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that alone. I know a lot of people. Some of their concerns, like, well, how is he gonna fit in the offense or this and the third? Like, if you really pay attention to GG's game, last year showed a lot of growth in him. Because if you look at his college film and before that, he was an ISO player, the best player a lot of times on the court, and would get labeled a ball stopper when literally his job on those teams was to score buckets. Like literally, that's what they brought him in to do, was to score buckets. And then you bring him to Memphis, and it's like, all right, even though we having one of the worst seasons ever. Learn to play a role, young man. And he did that to a T, his best ability. He, was trying to defend the best player every night. Maybe wasn't on Jalen Wells' level in that regard, but he was out there trying to get better on the defensive end every night. He was out there, hitting timely threes. I mean, was putting them in the corner. I know a lot of times we were having conversation in group chats where I'm just getting pissed off because I'm like, this dude got a full bag. Why are we just throwing him in the corner? But again, I know you're working on things that he's going to have to do when he's playing with the main guys, but he's shown that he can play a role. So fitting him in with those guys, I don't think it's going to be a problem. He's going to fit a need, but he's a natural born hooper, bro. And I'm on record saying this. I believe he's probably the second best finisher on this team. Jaren is kind of, making that a hard conversation this year because, he finishing like a mug. But so if he ain't second, he's definitely third. But I'm going to say top 3 finisher on the team. If this team is all about getting out, running in pace, in space, trays and lays, well, the guy can finish one of the best on the team, and he definitely has a 3-ball on him. And at 6'10", ain't nobody really going to affect his shot. He's going to be fine. If Jake LaRavia and Santi Aldama can look like freaking max players at times in this offense, you talking about a guy that's got that type of skill set and talent that GG got, y'all just, the people that know, they know. Us that know. But for y'all that ain't caught up yet, just watch what's finna happen. So give him a couple games. If he go out there tomorrow on MLK and put up a 30-ball, because he has put up, high numbers in the last 2 TNT games that he played on. If he goes out there again and does it again, I wouldn't be surprised. But it is his first NBA game in literally forever. So I'm just excited, bro. I hope and pray for his just health going forward. I don't need him to have no setbacks at any point. He's put on the weight, so he's going to be able to play through contact. Only thing that I'm kind of worried about outside of him just, showing a little rust, bro, I don't know how this rotation is going to shake out. How you think that's going to – because we were talking I was talking in a group chat, I think it was last night, and a lot of people, are speculating he's going to play a lot of, like, power forward. And, my thing is like, I know Jenkins is weird, but, like, GG is damn near the only small forward, like, true small forward we have on this team. And so I get it. You got Jalen Wells kind of filling in the starting lineup doing that. But outside of him, like, I guess you can throw Jake in that conversation. But, like, then now we having semantic conversations because who the hell thinks Jake is better than Jake?
Nobody. If you do need to
it is some people out there.
It shouldn't be. You need to get drug tested if you do think Jay Raven's better. Too. But yeah, that's a definite concern. As we talk about all that, TJ is super weird when it comes to his rotation. Like, he does not know. Sometimes when he play to certain guys, if it was up to me, if GG isn't starting, which I feel like he should, if he isn't starting, he should be the first 6 men off the bench. And just depending on matchups, depending on who plays more between him and Jalen Wells. But starting off, I won't be surprised if he plays under 25, 20 minutes, even though I don't think that's what he should have. But, of course, he needs to get some time to get his legs back on him. Like you said, like during the G League, he looked good on the ball, rotation and all that, but just getting up and down. He needs to get his wind back. I don't expect GG to play a 30, 35-minute game tomorrow. I just don't. But it is important, like I said before, I don't want Taylor Jenkins to limit what he actually can do, and that's how his confidence gets dipping. Like this first time playing a basketball game, NBA basketball game in 8 months, and then you take him out in these 3 5-minute spurts, he's gonna need some time to just get back in the flow of the game. And little 3 to 5, 6-minute spurts, how Jenkins does, I think will be going against that. I'm not an NBA coach, but I am a person that's played sports and a person that's played basketball to know, like, if you're trying to get back, you just need reps to get back. If you knowing you're going to be in for 3 minutes, I mean, you maybe get 1 or 2 shots, maybe, and then get up and down, and then you out. Like, that's not a rhythm. G.G. Jackson, a scorer and a shooter. Being he is, those two things, he needs to get into a rhythm.
And you want to know something that he said the other night on the radio? Not the radio, but it was a post game. He said, and you could tell this is true about him, but he said, like, I'm an extrovert, so I'm feeding off other guys' energy. If you only in there for 2-3 minutes at a time, bro, you might just start to be getting that spark. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, cool. We when it went up and down, we done got maybe a stop or two. I got a good rebound, or I gave a amazing assist. And you about to get in your bag, and then that coach like, nah,
like, bro, nah, bro, like,
and it's Jake LaRavia that's coming in for you. So now you really irritated.
It pissed me off. Like, why the hell this dude in the game? Man, I was just finna get busy. That dude. Nah, but nah, serious. No, I think it's definitely good saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. I hope TJ, Isolo, Albert on the staff recognize that this guy has potential to take us from a great team to a legit NBA title contender. We have to allow him to flourish through the goods and bads of this season. And being that he's coming in the middle of the season, we don't have a lot of time for him to get acclimated. We have to get him acclimated sooner rather than later. So you need to get him. If it's the only time I advocated for it, because there was times against in the early season they had ED in during garbage time, and I hated that. I'm for the next few games, for the next 3 to 4 games, 5 games. If Gigi needs to play some garbage time, I'm cool with that, just so we can get some more game reps on his system. The game's out of hand, and that's on. Yeah, it's not competitive reps against the type of guys you playing with, but it's still reps regardless. He's coming in the middle of the season. He has to get his wind back, and he has to get his rhythm flow in the offense. He needs as much reps as possible. So I just hope the coaching staff recognize that, because Gigi's the key to this team, and I just really hope they don't mess him up playing him behind Luke Kennard and Jake LaRavia and these other guys that shouldn't be playing. The only guy that should be playing in the wing rotation above him right now is Jalen Wills, because Jalen Wills has earned it. Outside of him, I don't need Gigi. Even when Marcus Smart come back, y'all know how I feel about Marcus Smart. Even when Marcus Smart comes back, he shouldn't be playing behind him right now. He just shouldn't, because he's better, number one, and we need him. He's more valuable on this team than Marcus Smart. So we need him to get as many reps as soon as possible, so he can get acclimated as soon as possible.
See, you finna make me mad now, because what
did I say? I say he should be playing.
No, I agree with you, but what you're saying is gonna make me mad, because we all know, even if we expect and think that Gigi should be, you should be prioritizing this guy in a certain extent. You should be giving him extensive minutes to get win, get playing time, get camaraderie and chemistry with the guys that eventually at some point very soon he's going to be playing with them a lot more. But we know damn well Jenkins has a history and a track record of having toys that the front office has to take away from him, bro. And, on part of me is I got the angel and the devil on my show, because on one side is, Jake LaRavia, his extension, he didn't get an extension. His contract is up at the end of the year. Why would they prioritize him he's had pretty much, where we at, 40-some games to
41 games.
What he is? You know what I'm saying?
Games, yeah.
And over the last probably 10, if not more, he's actually been on the decline from where he was to start the season. So part of me is wanting to say, all right, well, you factor that part in. Gigi's coming back. Let's throw him into the fire, see what he's going to show. But the other part of me is no, Jenkins probably is just going to do Jenkins and continue to put Jake LaRavia out there. And when the media or whoever else asks him the reason why Gigi ain't getting a lot of playing time, he going to word salad his way out of the conversation. Well, Gigi's doing this. He's getting reps. He's in play groups. He's doing this. He's going to talk fast as hell and say nothing. And we're going to get gaslit, and you're going to have a portion of the fan base that believes everything that this front office and this coaching staff does is gospel, don't call us crazy for it. When clearly it's an issue.
Yeah.
So, like, that's the part that's just gonna make me like, I'm not confident in the leadership. And don't get me talking about leadership because I got some other stuff going on in my personal life that's dealing with leadership that it can be terrible when leadership just is not leading correctly, bro. And on this, I just don't goof it up, bro. Like, get this man, what's going on with him. DG is the future of this team, as far as in their starting lineup, wherever you want to place him, whatever you want to. We can have that conversation, but he's clearly should be prioritized, and I don't want them to once again find a way to politicize GG Jackson because you just shouldn't do it. You're already doing it with your 7'4" big man you drafted at number 9, and again, another conversation that I can go off another 10 minutes about. That's what worries me, and I'm praying that don't happen because this team clearly has a need for what he brings in or can bring in night and night out. So. That's just where I'm at with it, bro. I just pray that they don't play games with him and with us in our face. Don't do that.
I'm gonna say one thing we can switch, and I know this can resonate with you because I know how you feel about this player. And this time I'm quoting you because you said this a long time ago, but I'm quoting you because I'm still in your line. Mm-hmm. We've been chasing the ghost of Rudy Gay Pass for the past decade.
Come on.
And now we have the modern 2025 version. And y'all know how I feel about Rudy Gay. So this is coming from not a big Rudy Gay fan. We have been missing the wing scorer, go get a bucket, closer, whatever you want to call him, for the past decade. We tried with Tayshaun Prince. We tried with Jeff Green. We tried with Chandler Parsons. We tried with Justin Winslow. We've gone through a carousel of guys that we thought could fulfill that role. The reason why the grit and grind team did not win a championship is because we did not have a wing scorer. Straight up like that. As much as I love the grit and grind, I love Mike, TA, Z-Boy, and Mark. We did not win because we just weren't good enough because we didn't have a wing scorer. We have him. Don't F it up. And that's it. And I'm done.
That's it. Ain't much to really talk about on that one. We're going to see. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. So I don't want to sound like a dip it down. I'm super excited to see GG Jackson back on this team. And I got to get my Memphis Sounds 45 jersey. I got to get that. But let's talk about the other Jackson, bro. And we're going to end on this one, man. Jaren Jackson. We had two amazing Jaren Jackson episodes or segments. I ain't gonna say episode, but we had two amazing Jaren Jackson segments over the offseason, bro. One was talking about just kind of our expectations of him going into the season. And we also had a conversation with DeMichael Cole, beat writer for the Commercial Appeal. Shout out to DeMichael, man. We're going to get him back on here at some point before the year is out. But just kind of talking about, from his viewpoint, his standpoint of what, he was expecting Jaren to come in, and do this year. This was before we had the center situation, quote unquote, solved, which we still don't have it solved. This was crazy. But we had a lot to say, more so in support. You know what I'm saying? Like we had very real criticisms of Jaren, but it was more so like, we want to see you do this so that you can hit this level. And it's just so crazy. You look up 6 months later, 5 months later, and literally, I mean, you starting to see people outside of Memphis, and I still don't believe it's gonna happen with the All NBA thing. But you having people that's outside of Memphis that's starting to kind of hop on this train and push this Jaren Jackson All NBA thing. Again, is Jaren Jackson a top 15 player in the NBA? I think that's a stretch. I do.
He's playing like it,
but is he a top 12 player in the West?
For sure.
Yeah, I think we at that point for sure. When you're just talking about imprint on the game every night, starting to get his minutes up. Shout out to my guy, Marcus Savage, man. We sat on here 2 off seasons ago playing a game of over and under. And one of our biggest things with Jaren in certain stats was him just playing more minutes. Well, whoop the F and do when you play the guy 34 to 36 minutes a night, basically league average of stars in the NBA, and you start to see his averages with his talent starting to show that, okay, this dude can be a dominant force. Even his rebounds are starting to go up. So, Man, what's your thoughts on the emergence of Trip this year? We about 2-3 weeks away from the All-Star, or maybe
February. It's always second week of February. So
yeah, about 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks away, I guess you could say. What's your thoughts on Trip, man? Just what he's again. We had some crucial conversations about dude on this offseason.
For real.
Where you at with Trip right now? Like, what's your mindset with him?
I'm gonna selfishly brag because I said I wanted him to be KG, and he's dang near doing his best KG impression this whole year. Like that's who I said I thought his ceiling was, and if he ain't there, he dang near is on the way. I was looking at his per 36. That's what I was looking at, his per 36 stats on the season, because that's what I really want to pull up. Dang it. Yeah, per 36, 27.8 points and 7.7 rebounds a game. That's what happens when you play the guy out of freaking minutes. He's one of the best players in the league. But I was doing in preparing for this episode, I watched a lot of film on Trip, and then I didn't know Trip had a YouTube channel. He has a YouTube channel. He just uploads vlogs. I did not know that. I watched like 3 or 4 of those vlogs, and he has a lot of his workout footage in there. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's 2 things happening with Trip. Number one, he had a mental shift. And I feel like he's on the basketball court. It's just slowly all coming together. Mentally, he had the shift. Was like, hey, I'm actually every night, whether it's Jaws on the floor or not. No disrespect to Ja Morant, I can be the best player on the floor. Like I am 6'11". I can shoot the ball. I'm stronger than mostly everybody on the floor. I can finish with both hands. I can put the ball on the floor. I can score on all 3 levels when I want to. There's literally no holes in my offensive game. On the defensive end, I know I can be the best defensive player in the league. I know I can guard anyone in the league. Let me actually start playing like that. And I think what we talked about in summer, this last season, it taught Jaren Jackson a lot about himself. Because there was a lot of games he was getting double and triple teamed. He was still having big nights. It was games where he was playing with the Memphis Hustle, and he was just pulling guys that probably shouldn't have been on the floor to this team.
Ain't no problem about it. No. They wouldn't have been on the worst NBA team in the league. They were terrible, bro.
But Jaren was on the floor with him, trying to pull guys to where they need to be. And now we're seeing that version of Trip just with great players around him, or good players, depending on who you ask. That's the off the court thing. That's just the mental. He's like, yo, these jokers really can't mess with me. On the court, I feel like these just all coming together. Like he had a workout video with Anthony Carter, and it was for one like the camps that he did. And Anthony Carter was at the gym early. And they just went through a whole workout. He was working on inside game, outside game, dribble. Like he was working on his full bag, and like that really. Of course, I bet he's been doing that the whole time. I'm not gonna say he has been doing that, but just seeing that made it click for me. Like he's trying to become a complete basketball player. He's in the previous season. We've seen Trip like he was floating around the 3-point line. And then there was some seasons where he didn't want to shoot the 3 ball. He was just head and bull in a china shop down the lane. That's how he picked up a lot of empty fouls. We didn't have any. What's the right word? Like it was no synergy.
No fluidity to the game.
That's exactly. It was no fluidity. Either he was chucking 6, 7, 8 threes a game, or he just bulldozed down to the rim. Now, no identity, y'all. We knew he was a great defender, but also fouled too much. Like I feel like now he's becoming a full, complete basketball player. He's really realizing, yo, I can literally do everything on the floor. And defensively, I can still be a great defender, have the same impact, but not swipe at everything, not jump at everything, and foul. Trip's problem, he jumped at everything. He was so eager for blocks, he jumped and swiped at everything. And that's how he got baited into a lot of dumb fouls. Now he's smart. Like I can still have the impact. If I get right position, I can just wall up, be there, and I'm good. Right. He's becoming a complete basketball player. So I'm glad it's here. And now we're seeing the best version of Jaren Jackson Jr., and I'm completely here for it. So honestly, it's just mentally, he said, yo, y'all jokers can't mess with me. I'm the best player on this floor. And on the court, he just becoming a complete ball player. And he has the right guys around him that's allowing him to be a great basketball player. Like, no disrespect to Ja. Like, I love Ja. Everybody knows Ja's my favorite player on the Grizzlies. But I think, and I don't know Jaren, I want to speak for him, but just from just being around guys, I bet he has in mind, like, yo, sometimes Ja not going to be there. I got to bring my A game every night. Because there's some games Ja going to be there, and sometimes he's not going to be there. When he's there, I can be Robin. But most nights, I may have to be Batman. And that's okay. In the playoffs, it's probably a different story because we know how Ja gets when he's in the playoffs. But at least during the regular season, I feel like Jaren knows he has to be Batman more times than not. So we're seeing the best version of Jaren Jackson Jr. because he knows he has to be Batman every night for this team to be where he wants to go. So now when we get to the playoffs, now we have two Batmans at that point because Jaren is playing like a 1A right now, and we know what Ja Morant could do when he's healthy in the playoffs. So I feel like it's just been an overall like 180 for Tripp. Not saying he's been playing bad these past seasons, but just to being a complete basketball player on and off the court and a true professional, that too. A true professional on like Jaren's always been mature, but just when you see how he operates this year, it just seems like he's walking with a different energy and a different vibe. And that's what I love to see for Jaren. It's just overall, it's just a complete change for him. And I'm just love to see it.
I want to talk about real quick when you're talking about him and Ja's game kind of coinciding. And we've been having these conversations, throughout the season, from afar, maybe not on wax, but like how Ja hasn't looked like the Ja Morant that we know him to be. And it could be so many different. I mean, you could bring and when I say excuse, I'm not saying there's an excuse like you're making an excuse for why, like it's a negative thing. I'm just saying like you can literally give multiple, or you can at least make a case for multiple reasons why that is. But Ja, for all intents and purposes, and maybe it's because we blowing teams out. Like again, you could make an excuse for whatever I say right now. But Ja ain't had not one 40-point game this whole season. That's not a normal thing for the Ja Morant we've come to know and love.
He's barely had any 30-point games, honestly.
I was just about to say that.
Handful. He's only had a handful of 30-point games.
Yeah, like it's just not. And you can say that you can make the case that, well, it's been a lot of nights where we haven't needed him to be there, Ja. And so maybe that's a positive thing. I get it. I think we're number one in scoring in the whole NBA, even though we're the worst clutch team or one of the worst clutch teams in the fourth quarter. But in overall scoring, we're like number one. And ain't that really an oxymoron? We're the number one scoring team in the NBA. Like we put up the most points, but we're the worst in the clutch. I guess it's because we're blowing teams out. Maybe that's what it is. When we blow these teams out, we're blowing them up about 30, 40, sometimes 50 points, so it makes it look worse.
I'm going to give my theory, and I'm going to let you keep talking. And it was the Ja Morant point. And this could be a problem depending on who you are, how you receive this. But I feel like because our offense is so different now, it doesn't maybe like magnify Ja Morant in those like regular non-last five. If the first 40 minutes of the game, it's in the offense works and all that. Ja don't have to be Superman all the time like we've seen him in previous seasons. Mm-hmm. But when the last 5 minutes of the game, we have to switch to Ja Morant mode and go win the game 12. He doesn't have that same flow of the overall game to take over the game in the clutch. So that's why it doesn't look the same. It's just like it's simple stuff. You can't ask Ja to be Superman, but the first 4 minutes of the game, he's playing a role. Because we all know our best chance of winning a basketball game in the clutch with Ja Morant with the ball in his hands. So when you don't have the ball in his hands as much the first 4 minutes of the game, the last 8 minutes, okay, Ja, go be you. Yeah. That's just not how humans work. That's why I feel like our clutch, and frankly, in some of the games Ja Morant has been there, but even the games that he has been there, I feel like that's a good. I would like to see the stats behind it to back up what I'm saying, but just from watching it, I feel like that could be a legit reason why. Because like you said, we haven't seen the regular Ja because the offense has changed so much that we don't have to depend on Ja to house screen a roll, go make a play. That's not the offense anymore. Right. But then when you ask him to do that last 5 minutes, last 8 minutes of the game, he hasn't been doing that the whole season. And I also have to admit he's had 2 30-point games this season, only 2. But that's my theory.
That's low for him.
Yeah, especially at this point in the year. Like he's only had 2. But I just wanted to give you my point on that. Why I think that is. Yeah.
To your point, it's almost like a plane without having a runway to take off on. Like you just want the plane to just. Well, of course, you just want the plane just rise up and go fly. And it's like, no, bro, the plane gotta it's gotta have a runway to build up speed, momentum, and energy to take off. And what worries me is that when you look into going into the playoffs, we all know that this offense at a certain point is going to be neutralized a little bit, or it's going to slow down to a certain extent. Teams are going to purposely try to slow us down. When we start playing, 7 games going against the Shays, going against the Lukas, going against the Jokic's, going against, any superstar in the West that you name, they're going to slow the game down because, half of them are doing it in the regular season. That's what worries me when it comes to the Ja and Jaren thing. It doesn't need to be a your turn, my turn thing. We need to figure out some kind of way where these dudes can play off one another, with one another. I'm not the one to try to pit them against each other because that's dumb to me. Like, that's just Ja's Ja. Like, he's the one with the shoe deal. He's the one with had the Powerade deal. First of all, let's slow down. I love what Jared's doing, but let's slow the F down. Like Ja ain't Ja Morant. Like that's Ja Morant. There's only one Ja Morant in the NBA. Like in life, probably ever. So let's slow down. We're trying to doing the pitfalls, and we propelling Jared over this. Like, come on now, this Ja Morant team, but he needs help going forward. Nobody ever would confuse the Bucks being a Damian Lillard and the Giannis team. Everybody know that's Giannis's team. The Lakers, everybody know that's LeBron's team. You go down the line, outside of maybe Boston, every superstar, we know whose team that is. So Jaren has been a pleasant surprise because Ja needs that help. He needs that assistance, but we got to find a way to make sure that when we are going into the playoffs, that these dudes are coinciding together, helping to feed off of each other, because that's what it's just something that worries me, bro. It just really, like, we looked at Desmond Bane, and it was kind of speculation that he was one of the guys that really wasn't feeling the offense at the beginning of the year before we really got into the meat potatoes, and he went into that big slump. I still think he's got some health things he's battling, but he just needed his shot to fall. Like, for Desmond Bane to be effective, if his 3-ball is falling, I don't care about the downhill dares and all that other crap that he do. If the 3-ball is falling, Desmond Bane is going to get his money, and we're going to respect his leadership and him being on this team. Get out the way, Des. Thank you for your service. But Ja and Jared, that's the two engines that we need to coincide. That's what's going to take us to the promised land up until, again, you add in a Gigi, which is a 6'10" scoring freako. Until he's ready, those are the two guys that's going to have to get us to wherever we're trying to go. And so that's just one of the things that worries me. But like I said, I don't want that to take away from what Jaren is doing, because I know I've been one of the people that, him in the offseason, he go out there with Chris Johnson, and he's, basically look like he's only focusing on guard moves. And it's like, bro, you 7 feet. Take these dudes in the post. Please, at some point. I ain't minding you taking some threes or trying to get your big guard shit off, but at some point, you got to take advantage of a God-given ability of being 7 feet. You've done a great job with your nutrition. I think you up to 270, pure muscle. Take advantage of that. Because now you see what's happening. Again, coach playing him more minutes. That idea of Jaren one day being a double-double guy, I think once he gets into that rhythm, and maybe we actually put a real center next to him, tweak some things with the offense, with the system, because I do notice more as I pay attention to it. It is sometimes where Jaren not even, his objective is not even to get the rebound. And shout out to Candy on Twitter. I think I heard her talking about it in the space before. She really made me think about it or hone in and pay attention to it. It's times where it'll be 2-3 guards of wings. There's a crash in the boards, and Jaren is kind of just I don't even want to say boxing his man out, but he's just placeholding, getting the guy out so that the guards can get the ball, and they taking off down the court to initiate, the offense early, especially in this offense. Now, if he's getting the ball off the rim, he's more going to slow it down a little bit, get to the 3-point, and then he's going to, work on his one-on-one moves or whatever he's going to do. It's some tweaks that could get him to there, but then now I'm looking at and focusing on stat pad, him getting to 20 and 10. If he's 26 and 8 every single night, I really can't ask for more than that, honestly. For a guy that's, we looking to pay him whatever he's getting to, get paid, about to be an all-star. Again, I don't think it's going to be all NBA, but if he have some type of crazy breakout these last 30, 40 games, then hey, I ain't get your money, young man. I ain't mad at you. I'm I'm just excited to see the confidence, bro, more than anything. He knows, like you said earlier, he knows that nobody on that court can hold him with the confidence. I was watching the GG tape earlier, and I kept noticing with Tripp, he was practicing on his stuff, but he didn't look like he had that fire in his eye, that confidence. This season now, it looks like when he's taking it to the rack, he know he's going to make it every time. And that's what we need, to propel us. So shout out to him, man. I remember one of the last things I said on that last Jaren Jackson episode that we recorded. I said, lock in. You was asking me about something. You asked me, like, what did I see him as? And I was, telling him I feel like he's the X factor on this team. And I stand on that. He still is the X factor on this team. But I just wanted to see him lock in. And I got no complaints, bro. Jaren has locked completely in this season. And I just hope it stays there. A lot of times guys be in contract years, bro. And after that, they get their bag and then they just kind of chill out. Like, no, stay where you at and continue to build on that. Because, I don't even think we've seen the last level of him. Shout out to people that watch Dragon Ball Z. I don't think we've seen
the last transformation. The last transformation. Yeah. He ain't Super Saiyan God yet, bro. He probably like Super Saiyan 2, 3 right now, bro. Like, he still got a few more levels. He got to go back to training. He still got some training to do. Few more fights to have, get his battle scars a little bit. Then we can really see what all NBA Tripp talking about. But don't give me my nerd stuff. I nerd out over here. So let me stop real quick.
For sure. Well, man, that's really all I got on Jaren. Any last word before we get out of here, bro?
Nah, bro, just constant. He's just overall just becoming him. I actually saw he actually picked up boxing in one of his vlogs too. Like, he's just seem like he's doing the little things. And of course, he's not becoming the world champion. He's not finna start celebrity boxing, but it's just the little things that it's just the little things that the elite athletes do to their bodies and training just to take them over the next step. And I feel like Jaren is starting to tap into those things. Like, I was his trainer was talking about how the boxing just helps with hand-eye coordination, his explosiveness, his core work, like all that stuff works when you're on the court. Like, on the court, not court, on the court. It's just little stuff like that may not be in traditional basketball training sense, but the elite athletes should and need to do to take them over the next step. And I feel like that's showing the maturity and the overall professional that Tripp is becoming. That's translating to him playing the way he is, which is at an all-star and dang near all NBA level.
Man, you just made something click in my head. One of the things I've hated about Jaren's game is his, like, it's not high center of gravity, but like his lack of low center of gravity, I guess you can say. Like, he's always just played up high.
Yeah, he don't really get low into him.
Yeah, it made sense because his center of gravity this year has been. I think that's what's helped him a lot on offense, and even seeing his rise in his. When he does go up for rebounds, he goes up way more aggressive, and he's coming from a lower position to jump up. You're 7 feet, you shouldn't have to jump much, but you're starting to see him jump up more aggressively. So when you point that out about the box thing, that makes sense, bro. Like, his core and everything gotten stronger, more focused in that area, and it's showing on the court, bro. He keep this up. You give him, a year or two, he could be, there's gonna be guys coming in the West, obviously, but you could be looking at a top 3 big, definitely in the West.
Wemby, Jokic. Outside of them two, I'm really trying to think who I'm confidently putting over Jaren Jackson Jr. in the Western Conference.
Because AD is going to be declining a little bit. So.
AD, that's 3. AD's like 32, 31.
Damn, I don't know why I thought he was older than that.
AD, he was a rookie in 2010. He been
in since 18, though. So,
yeah like he like 31, 32. So, AD, Wemby, Jokic. I'll take him over Chet, even though Chet's not playing right now. Yeah, bro. Like, outside of them 3, and AD's he's a teeter right now.
Mm-hmm. Sabonis is talented, but Sabonis' game to me don't lead to win. So I'm just
Sabonis. Even though I like Sabonis' game, he just, like you said, he's more of like looks good on paper. Like, look at the stat sheet. Also, Sabonis had 25 and 12, but it's not affecting the game in a positive way to win. So I'll take Jaren over him currently.
Yep.
So, outside of Wemby, Jokic, and AD, I'm not putting any other big in the West over Jaren right now. I'm not. Simple.
Well, should lock them in for the All-Star for sure, man. I'm excited.
I hope they're on home, bro. Because I'm trying to think because those 3 Those 3 bigs are in. So I'm trying to think, is he gonna be the 4th big? Are they gonna allow a 4th big in? Because those 3 bigs we just named, they're gonna make the All-Star. Jokic, Wemby, and AD. That means there's only 1 spot left for that big. So they're gonna give it to him. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah,
they made home, bro.
Who else you putting over him at that point? Because when you say big, we really talking about front court.
Yeah, front court.
The small forwards and the power forwards.
Okay, we can do this because we going long. This will be the last thing we talk about. Okay, in the West, we got Bron, we got KD, we got Jokic, Embiid.
That's 3. Cool.
Okay, so wait, are we counting everybody?
We're just in the West.
Oh, just in the West. I'm saying, okay, LeBron, KD, Jokic. That's 3. Wemby, AD. That's 5. So you can really only one more spot because you're gonna give 6 guards and 6 guards and 6 backcourt and 6 front court. So outside of those 5, because then you got to think about like
what small forward would you put in there? Because that's a bit out there. I could think so. All right, maybe it's another small forward.
Devin Booker's a guard. Shea is a guard. Luke, that is going to come down to Luka because Luka they be playing.
They put him in the guards. You can't.
Okay, Luka's in the guard.
Yep. Which I don't agree with. You know, I've talked to you about this.
Yeah.
He should be in the fours, but that's another conversation.
So Luka's a guard.
This is what I think they're gonna do. If you're talking about Jaren getting hold, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. It's gonna be Jalen Williams from the Thunder.
If
he gets hold, it's gonna be him.
Oh my gosh, I would be so mad if Jalen Williams they get shot. Shea and oh my god, I would be so mad, bro.
You could make a case for Sengun, but
nah. Jaren's playing better than him. The only thing is gonna help because the Rockets are above us in the Western Conference. Exactly. and we lost to them. And we lost to them twice.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the bad thing on that. They may give that Jaren, but Jaren's still playing better than Sengun though. Like Sengun isn't the best player on that Rockets team. He's not. Like Jalen Green when he was
late.
Like Jalen Green's playing well. Fred VanVleet is playing decent. Like Sengun was like the 2nd, 3rd best player on that team. Jaren Jackson undoubtedly has been the best player on this team consistently when Ja Morant isn't there. Like even when Ja Morant is there, sometimes Jaren is still the best player on the floor. So it should be Jaren, but I am not super uber confident that they're gonna give him the nod.
If it happens, it's gonna be Jalen Williams. Watch what I tell you.
Jalen Williams.
Shea, every time he get a chance, every time Shea get up there, he's making a case or he's making it a point to talk about Jalen Williams every single time. And we all know narrative is what pushed these selections. You know what I'm saying? So if it happens, I think the coaches do the right thing and give it to Jaren, but I think because Jalen's playing great, but he ain't leading. You know what I'm saying? He ain't leading the Thunder.
Nah.
Like Jaren's leading the Grizzlies. That's the only
the only thing that fears me because Jaren's numbers don't jump off the page. Like he's averaging 22, which is right around his career. He had 22.6. He's averaging 6.3 rebounds. Those don't jump off the page. He's not. He's averaging under 2 blocks. So
he just started averaging over 30 minutes though. You know what I'm saying?
But that's a whole different comment. That's a whole different comment. But are they going to care?
Stats.
Yeah, it's hard to view. You have to watch the games. The coaches are watching the games. Yes, Jaren Jackson Jr. is clearly one of the best big men in the Western Conference. But if you're going off of the numbers, his numbers don't jump off the page that scream all-star. Like it just don't. Right. The Grizzlies, even though as great as Jaren is, Grizzlies have won most of our games as a collective. Like there has been a few games where Jaren's gone for 40, and we just say how Ja has only has 2 30-point games. We've seen games where we've seen games where Santi can go off, or Luke has gone up, or Jalen Wood. Like we've seen those games. So like I said, if conference level, I give him a 70% chance he's gonna be an all-star. That's what I say. I give him 70. But the things that scare me is his stats don't jump off the page. And like you said, they may give it up to Sengun and Williams because they're both above us in the West. Mm-hmm. We lost to the Thunder too. But that's why we got to win those games because those things matter. Because we lost to the Rockets twice and we lost. Okay, I get the third loss because everybody was hurt, but I still don't care. We got blew out that game like by 40, and we lost to the Rockets twice.
The Rockets makes sense. That
just made me mad all over, bro. Why can't we? That may be a top for next week. Why can't we beat the damn Rockets? Like, gosh, I'm sick of them.
We lost them 3 times.
I thought we lost them twice. We played them 3 times.
The Rockets 3 times. We played.
You right, bro. You right.
We went there again. We have not beaten Dylan Brooks 1 time since he's been gone. I don't think.
No, we haven't. We haven't because we lost to him last year too.
Slow, bro. Slow. Sick of it.
I'm saying, bro, we can't. That's gonna bite us in the ass, bro. But Jaren being a freaking all-star, that's gonna bite us in the ass.
Playoff position at the end of the year.
But thing is, worst case scenario, we see them second round. We have to run it. We gonna have to go through the Rockets or Thunder. There's no way around it. If we want, we gotta beat one or both of those teams. Just simple as that.
I'll take it, but shit, we got to get healthy.
Because right now we got a hard first round because we're gonna be either playing like the Nuggets, the Rockets. One of those teams down there is like around that 6, 5, 7 seed. Then if Houston get past them, then we got to play Houston. Then we may have to play the Thunder. So we got to play one or both of those teams. And I ain't gonna talk about that all night because we can talk about playoffs and implications for a long time. We still got 40 games left, so
let's see what happens. Man, we're finna get up out of here. We appreciate y'all tapping in with us. Some good ball happening on Monday against the Timberwolves. Excited to see those guys again. Definitely excited to see Gigi get back on the court. Hopefully we get to see him at least about 15, 20 minutes. If I get more than that, then I'm ecstatic. But man, don't hold my guy and give him 10. Don't do that to him.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
And John Morant, please play tomorrow so we can play on MLK Day and play with Gigi Jackson and on national television. I know you didn't want to play on ESPN because they hold you. They was talking bad about you after your duck. I understand why you didn't want to play on ESPN because ESPN. But the TNT crew, they be chilling. So please play. Yeah. Please play so you can play with Gigi, South Carolina connection, and it's MLK Day national television. Like, come on, John Morant.
Do it for Martin Luther, man. Do it for Martin Luther.
MLK will love it, man. Just seeing a strong black brother leading the Memphis Grizzlies, man. MLK will love that, man. Do it from MLK, man.
Right.
Just come on and play, John. I know you don't care about the All NBA stuff because you inevitably anywhere else. I know you don't care about that. So just come on and pull up, bro. First home game with Gigi on MLK Day on national television.
Yeah, do it for the fans.
Do it for the fans, man. Screw everybody else, man. Do it for the fans. So come on, Twitter.
For sure.
Stand by No Bluffin podcast, man. Come on, hoop for us, man. Come on, hoop.
All right, y'all. Well, look, this week, do something that makes you feel good, makes you happy, put a smile on your face, man. Have a good week. Be blessed out there. Stay safe. We'll be back next Monday, Sunday, if you're on X. We're glad to chat with y'all in the chat and everything like that. But yeah, man, excited to see Gigi back with the grid and see what happens this week. We'll catch y'all later. I'm gonna give me some rest. And we always say, go Grizz.
Go Grizz.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the No Bluffing Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of all things Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.